Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with a very different video. I've never done one of these before, but I have seen them floating around on YouTube quite a lot, and that is the story time videos. And I have really wanted to do one for the longest time, but I just couldn't think of anything to tell you guys, like anything interesting that's happened, because I don't know, I just couldn't think of anything. But then I don't know how I thought of it, but the topic of sleep paralysis came up in a conversation one day, and I have experienced sleep paralysis many times, so I thought that that would be kind of a fun story time video, because I have tweeted about it before and a few people have asked me questions about it before, and I don't know, I just feel like you guys would be interested in it, so I'm going to tell you some spooky stories about my sleep paralysis experiences. And it's a pretty gloomy, rainy day outside today, so I think it's quite fitting for me to be filming this video, and I have my coffee and sitting on my bed nice and comfy, and I'm ready to tell you guys my sleep paralysis experiences. First, I'm going to Google the definition of sleep paralysis for you. So basically, sleep paralysis happens, it says, sleep paralysis is a phenomenon in which a person either during falling asleep or waking up temporarily experiences an inability to move, speak or react. It is the transitional state between wakefulness and sleep, characterized by muscle. It is often accompanied by terrifying hallucinations, such as an intruder into the room, which I have experienced every single time I have experienced sleep paralysis, to which one is unable to react due to paralysis and physical experiences. Basically, sleep paralysis is, to give you just kind of like a simple definition, sleep paralysis is the time between you falling asleep or waking up. So you're kind of like an in-between state, and basically you can't move, you can't make any noise, and you will often see things that are incredibly terrifying, and obviously you can't react, you can't get out of bed and try to run from it, you can't scream for help, all you can pretty much do is lie there. So signs and symptoms, I've read somewhere that some causes of sleep paralysis is stress, fatigue and high caffeine consumption, and that is just me summed up in 3 words pretty much. The second time that sleep paralysis happened to me was during the HSC, so obviously I was extremely stressed out and I wasn't getting much sleep, so I was tired, and because I wasn't getting much sleep and I was tired, I was drinking a lot of coffee, so that kind of, you know, explains why I got sleep paralysis the second time. But as for the other 2 times, I'm not quite sure why. But basically, I'm just going to get straight into it and tell you my first experience of sleep paralysis. So sleep paralysis for me usually happens when I'm lying on my back. It's never really happened when, or the last time it happened I was lying on my side. But the first 2 times I was lying on my back. So basically the first time that happened, it usually happens like after midnight, so it's usually like 2-3 o'clock in the morning when this happens. So the first time that this happened, I obviously, like I said, I was laying on my back, and then all of a sudden I just get this heavy feeling on my chest. So it feels like somebody is pushing on my chest, and then I get the feeling that there's about 5 other people in the room with me, and they're people either side of me, and they're like running their hands up and down my body and like tickling my body and just like rubbing their hands up and down my body and whispering in my ear. I could hear like a group of people like whispering, and all these people like touching me, and it was like I was trying to kick and scream and get out of bed and run away from it, but like I said, sleep paralysis, you cannot move, and because you can't move, it makes it that much more terrifying. You cannot get away from whatever this thing is that is in your bedroom. So I had all these people like around me whispering in my ear and touching me, and then I look down at the end of my bed and I see this demonic gremlin creature. It's hard to describe. So the people that were around me, I couldn't see them at all. I couldn't see anything. I could just feel them and I could hear them, but I couldn't actually see any figures or anything, not even like a silhouette. There was literally nobody there, but I could feel them and I could hear them. But the thing at the end of my bed was kind of just like a hunched over demon thing. And I looked down at the end of my bed and I saw it there, and it looked at me, and then it like made this like sickening, horrible sound, and that's when my body just went like hot and cold, and I was sweating, and I was trying so hard to like kick and scream. And at this point, this was my first experience with sleep paralysis, so I had no idea what was going on. I was obviously terrified. Anyone would be terrified if this was happening to them. And then, so this felt like this was going on for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden everything just disappears and I wake up and I'm sitting there and I'm like, was that a dream? Or were there actually things in my bedroom? So the next morning, I didn't get much sleep after that. Obviously, I turned my TV on, I turned my lights on, and I was like, I'm not going back to sleep. I don't want to go back to sleep. So the next morning, I Googled what happened, and then I found sleep paralysis. And I thought, I'm hoping that it was sleep paralysis and that I was hallucinating about these things being in my room, and I hope that these things weren't actually in my bedroom, because that is terrifying. So I pretty much summed it up to being sleep paralysis. So that was about, I think my first experience was about 2 years ago. I'm not entirely sure. That's really hot. So then my second experience with sleep paralysis was last year, 2015, and it was in like October-ish, because I remember it was when the HSC was happening, because I was really stressed out. So it was in October last year. The last two experiences are like really close within the same year. So this happened in October, and basically what was happening, again, I was lying on my back, and again I felt this heavy pain on my chest, like someone was sitting on my chest, or like sitting on my, like this area, like from my stomach to my chest was just like heavy. And then I felt literally somebody was pushing me down into my bed, and my bed started like closing over the top of me, like I was literally sinking down into my bed. And then I see like this silhouette of a man like pushing on me, like sitting on top of me, and I could like see, he didn't have a face or anything, it was just like a black silhouette of a man pushing me down, and then I just felt like this hot like wind blow up my body, and this horrible like screeching sound that like, ugh, just thinking of it, like, ugh. So yeah, it was just like, this time it was only like one person that was in my bedroom, so he was just on top of me and just pushing me down. And again, I'm trying to kick and scream and get out of bed, but I cannot move and nothing is coming out. And then I'm trying so hard to get out of this, because in my head I know that I kind of know, I'm like, this is sleep paralysis, I need to get out of it because it's freaking terrifying. So I'm trying so hard to get out of it. So I start to wiggle my toes and wiggle my fingers, just any small thing in my body that I can move, I'm just like trying to wiggle it so I can hopefully, you know, get some movement and then I can get out of it. So it worked in the end. So this again felt like it was going on for a few minutes. So he was just pushing on me, and I just had like this hot wind and this horrible screeching sound. So I'm trying to like kick and move and scream, and I cannot get out of it. And so I start like wiggling my fingers and wiggling my toes, and then eventually, again, same thing as last time, it just disappeared and I woke up. And I was like sweating, and I was hot, and I was terrified, but at the same time I knew that it was sleep paralysis, so whatever it was, I was just hallucinating and it wasn't a real entity in my room, or at least I hope that it wasn't. But yeah, that was my second time with sleep paralysis. The first two times, the two times that I just told you, I felt as though it was a male presence in my room. It was definitely a male, and it was definitely a bad something, whatever it was. Like, it didn't feel good, it didn't feel nice, it felt like a male, and it felt evil and bad, and you probably think I'm crazy, but I'm just telling you the truth. So yeah, those two times it was a male, and it was terrifying. And this last time, I'm not sure if it was sleep paralysis or if it was somebody that I knew who had passed away that was in my room with me. But this last time I was actually not lying on my back, so I'm not sure if it was sleep paralysis or not, and this was only a few months ago. I was lying on my side in my bed, and I have a double bed, so I was lying on one side of my bed. And then I felt as though something got into bed with me behind me. And I wasn't really that scared, and I don't know why. It kind of felt like a female presence that got into bed with me, and I kind of felt as though it was someone I knew, so I wasn't that scared, and I wasn't trying to kick and scream and get out of it because they weren't really attacking me or anything. I just felt something get into bed with me and like put their arm over me like they were spooning me, I guess you could say. Like they were hugging me while I was in bed. And I wasn't scared. I was more annoyed because I was like, right, I've had enough of this random people coming into my bedroom when I'm trying to sleep. So I was more annoyed than scared. So I was literally, I don't know if I said it out loud or if I said it in my head, but I was like, can you please get out of my bed? And that's literally what I said. And whatever it was didn't move, so I said it again. I said, can you please get out of my bed? Please don't touch me. I'm trying to go to sleep. And so they didn't move, so I said it again. And every time I said it, I was kind of like really firm and like, can you please get out of my bed? I was like angry. But I didn't want to make whatever it was angry, so at the same time I was trying not to be too forceful, but I was just like, can you please get out of my bed? You're annoying me. Please don't touch me. And then whatever it was left. So I don't know if that time it definitely was a female the last time. I don't know if I knew who it was and if they were coming to see me or whatever. I have no idea. But yeah, though that is my paranormal sleep paralysis experience. I don't know if any of you are going to think I'm absolutely insane, but I personally am obsessed with the whole paranormal world. I love watching ghost movies. I love watching ghost hunters. I love all that, I don't know, paranormal stuff. And I 1,000,000% believe in ghosts, and I do believe that there is something there. I believe in demons, I believe in ghosts, I believe in whatever you call it, but call me crazy. This is what happened, this is what I experienced. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any paranormal experiences as well, please let me know, because I would absolutely love to listen to your story. So you can message me on Twitter, or you could email me, or you could even leave it down in the comments and we can have like a little paranormal discussion. We can tell each other about our paranormal experiences, or if you've ever experienced sleep paralysis, or if you have experienced sleep paralysis and you didn't know what it was until now, until seeing this video. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know if you want to see more storytime videos. I can try and think up of anything else that's happened in my life that I can tell you guys about, or if anything happens. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My battery's about to die, so I'm going to end this video. All my social media links will be down in the description bar, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.